Oh, see?
Come on, Miss!
See, I knew I said it'll all be happening in here. Come on, Rani. Come on, Rani.
Yeah, go on, Miss Bland.
Miss Bland is head of Year 7 and in charge of the youngest students at Harrop Fold.
I love my job. My job is very, very, very rewarding. That'd be good to dodge me.
Stand it, mate.
I'm using someone else. Oh, no. Particularly in Year 7, because that's when you've got the most chance of modifying their behaviour. Year 7's lining up.
It's 8:30. Miss Bland has called an assembly to remind the school's newest arrivals what's expected of them.
Looking very smart. Check your blazers. Sit up straight.
Everything's massive and the Year 11s are giants. It's like you're like the little small one in like a massive family.
There is an issue in this year group with silly behaviour. Now, you need to think about this because I'm dealing with this on a daily basis and it's not acceptable.
At first, you get like a buzz because you're in high school, but like, you just get in trouble for anything because the teachers have gone dead strict.
OK, we've got things like this. Coming into school. Might look fairly harmless, but they might not be, might they? I am disciplining children, and it is a lot about attitude to learning and morals and values and, you know, how they behave. But it's not just that, it's about how they feel and how they are emotionally and how they're developing. Speak to me about these you brought in school today.
Got them off Nail this morning.
You got them off Nail?
Nail found them, then he gave them me.
Let's put one and one together and make two. Why do you think Nail gave you these?
Because he won't get in trouble.
Exactly. But I believe you. Right, off you go to class. I'll come with you so you don't get done. Pair of handcuffs, Miss.
Oh, God, yes, please.
Billy.
The boy caught with the handcuffs is 12-year-old Billy. He's been on Miss Bland's radar since joining Harrop Fold last term.
I think some of his behaviour's more about being a bit immature.
Right, Billy. Chat's over. Sit.
He demands quite a lot of attention in the classroom.
Go sit down. No, because you're not going just yet. Go sit down. I'm waiting.
Arguing with teachers.
Why am I not allowed to go?
It's a pattern of behaviour. In my experience, the quicker you can deal with it, the better.
Tiger backflip.
Billy's best friend is fellow Year 7 Tiger.
I've known Billy since playgroup. It's not making me laugh.
Swing it by one arm. Watch.
Billy's naughty.
I think Tiger's naughtier.
Billy is. Him is. He is, trust me.
Who's hard, bro? Who's hard? You know exactly who's hard.
When you get them together, you start to see what it's all about for them. It's about being lads and mates and having the laugh, and they just bounce off each other and it gets in the way of their learning. But they can't see that. We've got to sort it out and deal with it.
We now have 1 minute to get into lessons, folks. 1 minute.
So now I'm going to give you a script. I would like you, ideally, to learn these lines. We are looking at Romeo and Juliet falling in love. So, can you please look after these sheets, because I need to use them with all of Year 7, so don't scrunch them up, please.
Another duo under the watchful eye of Miss Bland are 11-year-olds Jacob and Lily.
Once you've got your script, start rehearsing.
I know I'm not that worthy to touch your hand, but would you dance with me?
You shouldn't be so hard on yourself. Of course I'll dance with you.
If I'm good enough to dance with you, am I good enough to see you again?
I think you are.
OK, give him a clap, please. Well done. Oh, did that bring us here to your eye? OK, stay there for a second.
A few weeks ago they were dating, but have recently split up.
I'd say the acting and the tone, especially you, Lily, the tone in your voice and your facial expressions, it seemed really genuine, and you did a really good job as well, Jacob.
How long was this relationship?
About a year. No, it wasn't a year.
A year?
No, it was like nearly a year. It was like 5 months.
Are you mad?
It was like 5 months.
It wasn't. It was like a week.
It was 5 months.
No, it wasn't. You must have been asleep or something. It was like a week.
It was a month.
I feel tight on Jacob because he's not really like my type of boy that I want to go out with. But then he's like really sweet inside.
Can you please practice with your partner some mirroring?
You're not even doing it slow. I'll do it slower.
Since their breakup, they've not been getting along in lessons.
Do it properly then.
Okay.
He just keeps laughing his head off. Jacob. It just turns
Into a big problem.
Yeah, because I was getting annoyed and stuff.
Hi, miss. Could I speak with Jacob and Lily, please? Very sorry to disturb their learning. They will be back very shortly.
Miss Bland is pulling the pair out of class due to reports of name-calling over the last few weeks.
So what was everyone calling you, Lily?
Curly fries, pot noodle head, and then his mate got like a pot noodle pot and said like, oh, this is your hair and stuff.
So, why do I want you both?
Because of what's been going on.
And what's been carrying on going on, Lily?
Keeps like calling me pot noodle head and stuff. And he said to me, go get his back in your Chinese noodle box.
Would you agree, Jacob, that for weeks and weeks and weeks there's been something going on between you and Lily? Would you agree with that?
Yes,
Yeah, I want it to stop.
Yes, it is.
She needs to be able to get on in her lessons, do her work, concentrate, because she's not on my radar whatsoever for anything. She works really hard. So I've made myself clear?
Yes, miss.
You all right, Lily?
Yes, sir.
Right, off you go to class. The difference in maturity in relationships affects every dynamic of what's going on, even at that very young age.
What I look for in like a girlfriend or something is like someone who like will like stick up for you no matter what, and like someone who's not really a gold digger.
It's just like another mate, but it's a girl mate.
Kind, generous, helpful, and good looking, of course.
I think people should wait until they're older to get in relationships because there's all this drama.
So, we're going to have Jacob with Lily, you practice it first. Then when you've sorted it with Jacob, you'll practice it with Mackenzie.
Can I do it with Mackenzie first?
Yeah, and you're going to watch and help them and you can do it. Okay.
For some reason, I just lost the love with him.
You need to be standing up. Have you learnt your lines already? Come on then, show me.
I'll never give up because Lily was like my first love in year 7, so.
Okay, guys, too loud. Okay. Tiger, Billy. Lads, that's not good, is it? Yeah?
Tiger and Billy are in class with their form teacher, Mr. Humphreys.
Billy, can you take a seat, please? Stop wandering. Tiger and Billy, definitely the gruesome twosome. That's not good, is it? Yeah?
You're all right, well.
Billy, sit down.
25-year-old Mr. Humphreys is in his second year of teaching, and he joined Harrop at the same time as the Year 7s.
Okay, thank you. Right, do I need to stop for the same people yet again?
I taught an all-girls school. That was my first year in teaching. Really enjoyed it, but I wanted an extra challenge.
Tiger, right, go and pick it up.
This is a place like no other.
Tiger, think about what you're doing. Right, we're having a constructive conversation about a world topic at this moment in time, and you're over there being silly.
Oh, sorry. He's shouting me face.
Billy?
Do you think it's fun getting in trouble?
Yeah.
Can we all say now, does Billy look like a monkey?
Tiger?
With Tiger and Billy, I see them every day. Without doubt, they test my patience to the absolute max. But they are intelligent lads.
Just see an airplane fly.
Year 7's a really important year, because if they get to year 11, in the same manner, then it'll manifest over the years and impact them on the exams. It's a bit of a tricky situation.
It's very tricky. I know what they're like. Don't tell me I know what they're like for teachers. They're an absolute nightmare. Naughty, wind you up. Together, they're a real
They're
handful.
skinned right there,
Yeah.
and they like to get right under it.
But they need you. They need you. They need you, though. They need you. They do.
Do you know what, though?
They do.
You're right.
Oh,
they are
they
nice
are.
characters. They
They're
just
not
make
bad.
life hard for themselves.
They're not bad lads.
They make life hard for
They've
themselves.
got belting sense of humour. That's another problem, you see. And that's the bit of them that they play to. Somehow, we've got to try and pull out the positives, because there's a lot in there. And you've won then, you'll win.
Do it now then. Over there. That's the compass, no. Press that pin. Do this one.
Tiger and some of the other Year 7s are in the bike area.
Right, fucking hurry up, you know. Rapid, man, I need a light off someone.
Having received reports of a vandalised bike, Mr. Ben Povey is reviewing the CCTV.
So go and wait outside Mr. Povey's office and just... If anyone asks, then I've sent you up there.
Lads, why are you not in lesson?
Sorry, sir, they're with me. They're going up to your office. These are two of our bike boys.
Tiger and the other boys involved have been called to see him.
I do think young people are in a bubble. In school in general, young people are in a bubble. If you look at any school, young people behave in a certain way because they know that they're safe.
Don't say I stabbed it with a compass. Say just let it down. We're gonna get in crap.
I think part of our job is to help them understand the reality of it. Here's how this is going to go down, fellas. I'm really unimpressed.
I tapped his bike twice.
You tapped his bike twice. Shut up. Dead seriously, shut up. Because we've seen the CCTV, son. Stamp, not tap. You stamp on it repeatedly. Tapped it. I know what each of you have done. You burst the tyre with a compass. Didn't you?
Yeah, I know, did it, but it was already popped.
Oh, right, OK. The tyre was down already, sir. Everyone's allowed to make mistakes. Making mistakes is part of learning. But you've got to use those mistakes and start making changes. The police were going to be involved with this. Criminal damage. Criminal damage. But then you see, because we're the way that we are, we will pay for the damage that you have done. We will pay as a school, and then it will be split 5 ways between you. And we will expect that money. Totally and utterly unacceptable.
We danced the night away. We drank too much. I held your hair back when you throwing up. Then you smiled.
Lily is auditioning for the Harrop Fold talent show.
Stone cold sober. I pulled you closer to my chest.
Despite their recent fallout, ex-boyfriend Jacob is there to support her.
I already told you. I think that you should get some rest.
Like loads of boys like Lily, Damien started liking Lily, then Mackenzie started liking Lily, then Ben started liking Lily, everyone started liking Lily.
You're the most sought after girl in year 7.
I know! I don't know why everyone likes me. What's up?
Now.
I tried calling you last night, about like 8 o'clock.
Why, did it ring?
No. I think it's because you blocked it. and deleted it. Did it ring? Was you in bed at 8 o'clock? Sophie said you said you don't want, she said you don't want me to have your number.
Have either of you moved into a new relationship?
No. But like with somebody else? I have. Do you go out tomorrow?
Yeah. What does it even mean anyway?
Kiss me now, snug me later.
It's lunchtime, and Lily is with her new boyfriend, Lewis.
Missed you. You alright?
But I really want to get back with Lily and things like that.
Probably be a couple of years maybe till that happens. You!
Back in Berlin, Bruno had been inside Father's office on only a handful of occasions. Billy, stop being silly.
Oh, I've not even done anything.
Billy is in English with Miss Pearce.
However, the rule that applied to Father's office in Berlin was one of the most important rules that Bruno had ever learned. But enough now. Is this like, let's play up and show off?
No.
Continue, you'll be out the door. Stop muttering.
My mum and dad.
Like he's pointing out to him. 3 or 4 times now I've had to speak to you about silliness.
Oh, no.
Billy is a really capable young lad who just doesn't apply himself, and because he doesn't apply himself in the way that we know he's capable of, he then becomes disruptive in the lessons.
Perhaps Bruno didn't knock loudly enough, but no one came to the door, so Bruno knocked again. Go, out, no, out, enough now. Go stand outside for me and have a calm down.
I'm already calmed down.
Well, clearly not.
Most of the teachers say I'm clever and all that. It's just like when I get bored, that's when I'm most likely to play up, because I start fidgeting and all, and I get in trouble with the teacher.
He's lost it, Billy.
News of Billy's bad behaviour has reached Miss Bland.
So, there is a bit of you. It's like a button like this, self-destruct. You know what self-destruct means? When you press a button and the whole thing blows up and it's gone, boom, and you keep pressing it like that. I've been here 16 years, Billy. I know where this is going to go. I can, like that, like a crystal ball, I can look in the ball, I can see where things are going. I've been here a long time. You are absolutely 100% going to have to change, Billy. You've just got to suck it up.
When other people doing worse things than me, though, innit? And they never get in trouble.
I couldn't give a fiddler's about anyone else at this moment in time. I never ever think bad behaviour is just bad behaviour. There's a reason, and it's about getting behind it. They're on a negative spiral otherwise, and that's not what you want. Come with me, boys.
With Tiger and Billy's behaviour deteriorating, Miss Bland has come up with a new strategy.
Right, in we go. Right, sit yourselves down. So basically, it's your behaviour and then, you know, and your attitude. You've got a bit of a thing, Billy, haven't you? You've got one of these buttons that gets, you've got an It's Unfair button. You've got a massive one of them. Have you got one of them buttons?
I've got like a funny button.
We can't have this, boys. So, I'm going to put you on report. So it's in your interest to work hard to get good comments. So why do you think I'm bothering with these reports at this stage?
So we don't get worse.
Exactly. We don't want that. Where will we be when you're in year 8? Or even in another 6 months by the end of year in year 7? I don't want things to escalate. It's not something we can ignore, because what's it affecting?
Our education.
And another thing that's likely to happen, you'll get dropped down. You'll get dropped down sets, because there'll be people in the set below you who are working really, really hard, who might not be as bright as you on paper with their levels and things, but because they're working really, really hard, they'll get moved up because they deserve it.
How important is it for you to get a good education?
Important, because if we don't get a good education, we won't get a job.
What do you want to do when you're older?
Fireman. Miss Bland was like, say if you don't get an education, like, won't be a fireman and won't get good money.
This is your life. Hopefully you'll never have to be in here for any other reason, boys. I'm quite concerned about them going forward into year 8. It's like make or break time, really.
Scrap, scrap, scrap,
Okay. Yes. Harry.
Favourite bird out of through history? What's your favourite bird?
Bird? Pterodactyl. King of birds, that, isn't it?
That fly.
Pterodactyls fly.
I know. I said they're the king that fly. Down on the ground.
That's not a bird.
A turkey's a bird and it can't fly. Ostrich's a bird, an emu's a bird. Those can't fly.
I like our chats. You always make me think about something different, and I like that.
Tiger.
Tiger and Billy are in class with their form tutor, Mr. Humphreys.
Tiger, calm yourself down. Right, I've got certain people. Billy, can you sit here, please, for me?
Wow, give a Tiger and
Tiger, over here, front desk. Not time to argue. Tiger, there, please, thank you. Billy.
Despite having been on report for 3 days, they are still behaving badly.
OK.
Yes, sir.
No, don't throw it to the Sammy. Right, ladies and gentlemen, sit. Don't want you to put your hand up. I'm just going to ask you at random. Put your drink away. Billy, you know the rule.
Sorry.
OK, first of all,
Who was you with?
people are shouting out. Can't be doing it. Sometimes it's like hitting a brick wall and you're thinking, oh my God, as a teacher, what more can I do? Deep down, I'm just thinking to myself, I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want to tell you off all the time, but you're leaving with no choice.
I've not even been speaking. All we've done is shouting out. Tiger's been shouting out, going on his phone, getting weird.
He's shouting out even
up.
now, Billy. Mr. Humphreys to Mr. Drew Povey, please.
Evening, sir.
Hiya, sir. Would you mind coming to pen 9 for me, please?
Boy, sir.
Brilliant, thank you, sir.
Education is tough, and we can't hide away from that fact.
Good morning, Year 7.
Good morning, Mr. Povey. Harrop, it's, an exhausting place to work. And I think one of my jobs as a head teacher of a school is supporting the newer staff. Whether you're working as a teacher, whether you're working as a supply member of staff, it's about helping them gain those levels of resilience to be successful as best we can.
Now, I don't expect any student in this school to be perfect, but I do expect you to use your common sense. I don't want to hear any more whinging and moaning. These people, put your hand up. Shut up and get on with it. Sit down.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, sir.
So he's carrying on annoying you. When you say carrying on, does that mean you mean in relation to what I've already spoken to him about in the past?
Lily has been dating her new boyfriend Lewis for over a week, but the relationship is causing issues with her ex, Jacob.
Lewis said to me, Jacob's been sending nasty messages about you and stuff. So I was just
on what?
On his phone, apparently. I kept getting text messages saying, "Hi, it's Jacob. Will you go out, man?" I said, "No, Jacob, because I don't like you as going out." And then it put, "Why I'm jealous of you and Lewis," and then it carried on like that.
Make sure you do absolutely nothing with her name on it.
I haven't mentioned her. I haven't mentioned
Good.
her.
Make sure you don't.
But Lewis has been mentioning her to me.
Right, I'll speak to Lewis. I quite like to get to the bottom of things. I think when you've been working here quite a long time, you get a bit of an instinct for questions that you need to ask and things that you need to know. It's like automatic. CID Blonde, that's what they call me, that's my nickname. You three here. Has he or has he not been texting her off your phone saying he wants to go out with her?
Yes, he has.
Miss Bland has gathered the three of them together to get to the bottom of who has been texting Lily.
I want you to show me the messages, please. Right, 1851. It's Jacob. Can I go out with you, babe?
You should die.
That's what I got. So I said...
When, last night?
Yeah, this was all last night. And then I said, Jacob, I don't like you as a boyfriend, but obviously we're mates.
You could send those messages, couldn't you, and say it was Jacob?
Trying to do a prank.
Listen, I need to tell you something.
We've had conversations about pranks before.
I was very angry with Lewis because he was pranking me because Lewis knew about Jacob, and then Lewis got in big trouble because I found out that it was a prank and Miss found out that it was a prank.
Now, why would you be doing that? You're going out together now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Please don't do things like that, trying to get him done.
Sorry.
I feel happy a bit because, like we stopped the arguing, things like that, and I didn't want the arguing to carry on.
Afternoon.
How are we all?
Good.
We're alive. Limbs intact. That's nice to know, isn't it?
Miss Bland has called a meeting with Mr Humphreys, as Tiger and Billy are showing no signs of improvement in their behaviour.
And it's so frustrating because deep at heart,
yeah, but
they're nice lads.
Billy, there's a significant problem with him.
Persistent disruption in lesson,
calling out, talking. Tiger, spiralling into what I can see it going to spiral into.
And getting worse.
We can win them, but how are we going to win them, sir?
It's a cheesy line, and I'm sure a lot of teachers say it all the time, but we come into teaching because we want to make the difference and try and find a solution. And it's about not giving up. And that's why me and Miss Band, I think, work well together.
OK, right. So, got an idea. Tiger, what about getting him put next to Tia?
Yeah.
In Year 7. Nice girl.
Yeah.
She's a bright young lady. I think for Tiger, it's that extra little bit of... It's that extra push for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
As any teacher would, I think whatever happens in the day is always playing on your mind. And with Tiger and Billy, obviously I'm constantly thinking, what strategies could I use to make sure that I get the best out of them at school? And I understand they have a great friendship, but in the classroom, it's what is really important for them.
Right, take a seat. I've got my coffee ready already. Take a seat there. Right, the only reason I've grabbed you over here, just for a few minutes, is to talk about how you think things are going. It's no good, is it?
But I can't work with Billy because he just distracts me.
He distracts you. So if I give you in maths next week, sit you next to Tia in geography and in maths, do you think you'd be all right with that? Do you think Tia would handle it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could get on with the work. That's really good. That's great to know. So you know for the time being now, you can't work with Billy in lesson because he distracts you, but you now starting to work out who you can work with. And that's good because it means that you know you're putting your learning first. You know you're a clever lad. The one thing that would ever stop you from getting them top grades would be all this behaviour. Right, quick challenge for you. Are you ready for a challenge?
Yeah.
Table tennis, first to 11. You're really ready for this, aren't you?
Come on.
I did see a little spark, just a little spark of a bit of maturity there. Fingers crossed we get a good, positive result.
Oh, shot!
Miss Bland, to anyone on the yard or in the canteen sees Billy, you need sending down to see me.
It's break time, and Billy has been rude to another teacher.
Oi, what's happened? Billy, come here.
He's now refusing to go back into lessons.
Don't calm yourself down. Come here, just calm yourself down, Billy. Billy, just let's calm down.
Come here, Billy. Why are you so upset?
I'm not going in that lesson again.
Come with me.
You all right? Just calm yourself down, all right? Cheers, Miss Bland.
Well, stand here with me now. There's not one child I am more concerned about in Year 7 than you. Look at me. I don't want to lose you through behaviour. I've been being told all the time you're a clever lad. Oh, we need to turn this around at the moment. It's because whatever we're doing is making it worse at the moment. And I don't want to make things worse. Yeah? I don't want that. I mean, I think the jury's out really with Billy at the moment. It's not really getting through at the minute, and I don't know why. Even with his best efforts and my best efforts.
Hello?
Oh, hi, it's Miss Bland speaking.
Hi, Hi, you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Concerned about Billy's outbursts, Miss Bland is calling his mum.
Now, on some level, and I don't really know what it is yet, he is struggling, but I can't quite... If he gets told off or challenged by teachers, he's very, very defensive. You know, when I'm talking to him or he's in a classroom situation, he's constantly fidgeting. Now, this morning when he come in, and I saw, especially in the mornings, he looks absolutely shattered. He shares a room with his brother, doesn't he?
Yeah, I have to put him in my bed.
Do you?
And then I have to sleepwalk him into his top bunk.
Right.
So getting him on top bunk, he's waking up when I'm getting him in, but he can't sleep with his brother because my other son, he suffers with ADHD, so he finds it hard to sleep.
Right, OK.
So he's forever disturbing Billy.
Thanks a lot for your support. Bye, love.
Bye,
love. No day's the same, is it?
I am concerned that Billy could have a learning difficulty because he is displaying some signs in the fact that he can't make eye contact and he can't sit still. He could have ADHD, so I'm going to get him observed in class.
Billy, over here, please.
Why do I always have
Just
to
come
do
over
this?
here. Just come over here. Hello, Miss Rathmell.
Hi, sir.
You OK?
Just observing, sir.
Not a problem,
Thank
miss.
you, sir.
Mrs. Rathmell is head of special educational needs.
OK, Jack, we'll
Today,
start.
she's come to see how Billy behaves in class.
We have been working on percentages. We're going to do like we did last lesson. We're going to do 10 quick questions, OK? I'm going to ask people at random to give me the correct answer, please. So, number 1, Tom.
Obviously 50%.
Easy one, thank you. 50%. Right, Marley. Number 2.
6%.
6%, excellent, thank you. Number 3, Vincent. Vincent, very well done. I'm impressed with this.
I'll have to look at his cognitive abilities to see if he is in the right set. What I am looking for is classic traits of ADHD, so fiddling and twitching and not being able to concentrate.
Excellent.
Sir, can I
Love
have the
it.
next one?
Billy, do number 7 for me, please.
Oh, can you do me an hard one?
Oh, show off.
Number 8.
Number 8, go on then.
So you do 100 divided by 50.
Which is?
2.
Good man.
And 2 times 44 equals 88%.
And 2 times 44 equals 88 what?
Percent.
Ladies and gentlemen, excellent. Right, boys and girls, have a listen, please.
Right, OK. I went in yesterday to observe. It was quite interesting. Billy, I went to see him in the maths lesson with Mr. Humphreys.
But I didn't observe anything that struck me as being particularly ADHD.
Brilliant. He's clearly very bright.
Yep.
He had his hand up, he knew what he was doing, it was percentages on the board, he could explain them.
Yeah.
And so I kind of got the impression that a bit more stretch and challenge would be the way to go.
And it's getting him to think about being clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rather than being
And
naughty.
it's a good thing to do. It's a really good thing to be.
It's very easy when they've got difficult behaviour in class not to focus on the potential.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
So now we've decided that moving Billy up a set will be good for him.
Warm me up, Bland. Warm me up. I'm freezing.
I am.
Are
I'm
you cold
sick
as well?
of it.
Good morning.
Freezing me bits off.
It is freezing.
Happy Valentine's Day. Hello. Happy Valentine's Day, girls.
Go to your lesson. Maths. Now, everyone's gone.
Oh, sorry to disturb, miss. Is Alex here? Oh, Alex, it's coming our little post box. Especially for you, Alex. Oh, this is too much fun. Right.
So we did a little bit of, what's this called when I touch someone's shoulder and say what they're thinking? Lily? Amazing, well done, Lily.
It's been a few weeks since Lily started dating someone new.
So we did a little bit of thought tracking.
But today, she's in drama class with her ex, Jacob.
Who has had love at first sight today on Valentine's Day? Oh my gosh!
I got dumped on Valentine's Day.
Oh, Lily.
I know.
What's happened?
He randomly texted me. He just put dumped. I was like, what do you mean? And then he just put dumped. So I said to him, are we having a joke of, are we not going out anymore? And he said, we're not going out anymore.
On Valentine's Day?
I know. And I was like, you couldn't have picked a better day.
She was like really sad because she got dumped. Like she was grumpy all day.
Really nice sunglasses. The other ones are really nice as well.
I know, yeah.
Who's your card for, Jacob?
Lily.
Oh. And she's nice as well, isn't she? She's not horrible. She's a nice girl.
I know. Love means like being helpful to your love and be like really kind to your love and stick up for her.
Lily.
I feel like this.
Right. Right. Going out there. Oh, thank you. It's nice. Okay.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Miss
You all right?
Yeah, good, you?
Yeah, good. Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, I did, Ta.
Morning, Sally. Morning. Morning, Carmen. Did you watch that drama last night?
I've taped it.
Oh, I will tell you nothing. But it's all over the front pages.
Why?
It's very, very good.
Tiger and Tia, TT, I'm going to call you TT. Do you want to stay there or do you want to go and do it from the front?
It's been a week since Mr. Humphreys moved Tiger next to hard-working Tia in a bid to improve his behaviour.
Niagara Falls. Come and visit the weird and wonderful Niagara Falls in North America. Where
Today, they're doing a presentation in geography.
there is exquisite sights where you can see the hard-hitting sea.
That was a decision made by Mr. Humphreys because he could see that she was a positive influence.
Guys, give a big round of applause. Amazing. Some really good persuasive language there. Tiger had a big smile on his face the whole time, as if you were about to burst into laughter. You managed to contain it, so well done. Some really, really good stuff yet again. Some real good language there. I'm liking that. When you see a breakthrough and you see a pupil just get there, it's just like, whoa, amazing.
I got 35 for you, you got 35. I got 35, you got 35.
Yeah, I've turned my behaviour around and I've improved in my works.
You did really well today, some real good work and some good answers.
Right.
Give me a high five, otherwise you're not getting one. Tiger's on the up.
Well, Mr. Humphreys, he has like a better relationship with me. He don't shout at me compared to what he used to.
Two days ago, Jacob gave his ex-girlfriend Lily a Valentine's card. Since then, they've been avoiding each other.
I didn't want to make him upset because he'd actually made the card himself, and I don't really like upsetting people.
Do what?
Something I need to speak to you.
Oh.
But it was like, I didn't want my friends to see it because it'd be embarrassing and think I'm going out with them. I don't want to upset you or anything, but we're mates.
Yeah.
I still want to be mates with you, like best mates.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to go out here. And you needed to know, but I didn't want to upset you.
Okay.
I'll still be friends with you,
but not boyfriend and girlfriend.
But
come away!
Go away! Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I still want to be mates with you,
Yes.
but yeah, okay.
Is that it? Is that it? What the? What the?
I'll never give up trying to, like, win over Lily's heart.
You are going to have a little test on fractions, OK? So I've got quite a bit I want to get through today just to make sure that you are ready. It's locked itself already.
For the past week, Billy has been working in his new hire set.
OK, Billy.
Go on.
7 times 11.
77.
9 times 2.
18.
13 times 4.
42. No, 52. 52!
52, well done. OK, ladies and gentlemen.
Movability to top set. Massive, massive improvement with Billy. You know, it's great to see. He's sat around all the pupils that are obviously high ability in the subjects, and they're kind of pushing him on.
Billy, come up here.
Put me a sum on the board, and I'll do it.
He's focusing, he's listening.
So you split that over, so it'll be 2 over 1.
I think he gets it, really. He understands what it is that he needs to do. I think he's got a bit more of a positive outlook, and I think his self-esteem's better. Bang. He'll be amazing when he's in year 11. He'll be very clever.
He actually knows it all. Take note of him. Take note.
How are you, Carmen? Do you go to America?
No.
You didn't go this time?
I only go every other year.
Every other year?
You don't pay me enough to go every year.
Right, you're right.
OK, so maths, PE, arts, and you like to play football. Are you as good as football as Billy?
It's Monday morning. Tiger and Billy are in form with Mr. Humphreys.
Believe in yourself. Miss Bland.
Oh, yes, I'm here. Is everything all right?
Oh, everything is fantastic. Do you know what, Miss? They have written down a sentence each to describe themselves, which I think is a nice activity on a Monday morning.
I do.
OK, Billy, this could be interesting.
I am the best person ever. I'm the best in the world at football, and my best friend is a curly top. Curly top!
Your best friend has a curly top. Are we talking about Tiger's hair by any chance? We are.
I'm doing well in school, because, like, we're split up now, then, like, it's, like, more better because we don't mess about as much and we get a better education.
Oh, cheers. We've been on this journey, we've got somewhere, we know where we need to go now, and I feel like the only way is up. And a lot of thanks has to go to Miss Bland as well for helping me do that.
You get hold of that. You're going to read this out. I'm going to go in, I'm going to say, right, Billy's got an announcement to do it. Right, now hang on. Right. Oh, sorry, Mr. Humphreys.
I think he's got a very bright future because he loves kids and he loves working in this environment, and that is the main ingredient that you need to have your heart and soul in the place.
Can you turn around, Mr. Humphreys, please?
This certificate has been awarded to Mr. Humphreys, being an outstanding farm tutor and new addition to Team Harrop. Thank you for all your hard work.
Oh, who's done that?
And you've got a little trophy there, sir.
Oh, how good is that? Thank you very much.
Please,
that is ace.
Hip it.
It's what you're in school to do. So please, please do not ever shave your eyebrows because it does not end well. How you could accidentally shave your eyebrow off, I have no idea. What continent is Poland?
Antarctica.
Poland is not in Antarctica, Shannon.
And that's what I said.
Thank you.
Good luck. I know you're going to grab it by scruff at neck.
Next time,
Bricking it.
it's not just the students
The mock isn't a real exam, so why do it?
feeling the exam pressure.
I'm really worried about these results. It's as bad as we've ever seen.
Worst that I've ever seen.
This frustrations when the results don't quite reflect how much we care.
If you're not getting the results, you have to look at yourself first.
What do you get?
They're staying in there.